In this lesson, we'll start to edit the deformations of the fingers. When we get to the hand, I like to work on the simpler parts first and then bring the attention back to the complicated areas. So to get started here, we'll focus on the middle and end of the index finger. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at this. If we were to go ahead and rotate this, notice how well the volume keeps. That's because of that extra bone we've added. Also notice this. We're not getting any pulling in any other areas. Again, that has a lot to do with that extra bone. Now, that's not to say that that's the solution for avoiding any pulling in unwanted areas, but that's definitely going to help us to reach that goal. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and transform to 0 this control. We can go ahead and turn on auto key, add some cool animation, rotate this down, and start to tweak it. We don't have much to do here. All we need to do is close in this gap. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that we can select vertices. Now we saw how to use the weight tool, the paint weights tool. Let's go ahead and explore the weight table. I'll just go ahead and select a few of these vertices underneath the finger. And then we can go ahead and open up the weight tool. Now when we first see this, or the weight table that is, when we first see this, it looks pretty intimidating. We have so much we can work with. How do we find our selected vertices? Well, we can filter out our selection by going to the bottom left hand corner of this window. Okay, right now it's set to all vertices, but if we were to go ahead and open that up, notice we can get to the selected vertices only. Okay, so that's going to be a lot better for us. Let's say we go ahead and select the envelope object we'd like to weight to, which in this case should be AB. And what's also nice is that Max is going to go in and highlight the column of the selected bone. So if we were to scroll down, we'll see that highlighted column. Okay, and our selected vertices have no weight going to that bone, so let's go ahead and fix that. To add weight, all we need to do is left mouse button, click and drag on the row we'd like to add weight to, and notice Max is now transferring that weight to this bone. I'd say here about a value of 0.5 would work, so type that in, hit enter. And we could use that value for the rest of these. I'll go ahead and copy that, paste. And if you ever like to remove weight, a quick way to do that is just to right click on that row. All right, but we definitely don't want to do that here, so I'll bring that 0.5 back and transfer that to the rest of these. And as we do, we have fixed the gap. And also notice this, and this is what we get when using that double joint rig for the fingers. Notice we get this nice folding here, right underneath the finger. And what's great is that if you were to go ahead and smooth the character out later on as your final task, which you definitely want to do, you'll notice that the folding that you'll get is going to look very nice. So we saw nothing but benefits for using this double joint rig for the fingers. Let's say we go ahead and bring our controls back. Just select the mesh. Oh, head over back to our layer manager. There we go. Just need to refresh our control objects layer. Alright, but from there, just going to go ahead and select this control. Go ahead and delete the keys. And then we can finish up the index finger for now just by working on this end control. So turning on auto key, making sure we're at frame 10. Again, we add some cool animation. Not really. Okay, and then we can go in, and by now, we should be able to use whatever tool will be best for our workflow. So for this, I'd actually like to use the weight tool. So I'm going to go in, select our vertices that we like to tweak. Let me go ahead and check the list here. Okay, I'll just need to turn on edit envelope. Again, we want to close in this gap. Okay, so from there we can go ahead and open up the weight tool. We'll select the bone that we'd like to weight to and just start to use set weight to bring that in closer. Scale weight is going to move your value a little bit finer based off of whatever value you have in the scale weight parameter. Alright, so again we brought that volume back and we also have some really nice folding. There are also a few other points that I think we can tweak here. I'm going to go ahead and select these 2 points underneath the finger. Go ahead and select the next envelope bone down and start to add some weight to those. Okay, then we can scrub back and forth and see how that looks. Alright, so again I'll just select these 2 points. Actually need to undo, accidentally selected a few points on the other finger, but that's fine. I'll just again undo to a point where we can just go back and fix this crunching we're getting. Okay, that looks better. Alright, great. And then I'd like to add some weight back to index C to kind of close that in a little bit more and get a really nice fold. Now you can take this further if you like, but I'm not going to. I think that looks fine for now, so you can call that good. Alright, well, that finishes up our index finger for the most part. I'm going to go ahead and delete the keys on this. And in the next lesson, we're going to go ahead and just bring our attention to the pinky.